Pagan Shooter here. I'm here with the follow-up to the last unboxing I had from Budk. And this is the Black Legion hatchet. I had purchased this from Budk when I got the last $50 mystery box. And I did a review of this just because I had done the review of the buck knife that I had gotten from Budk, and I wanted to kind of follow up with something like this because this is actually designed to do the chopping that I was trying to do with the large buck knife. So it came with this little protector on the blade, which I've kept because it seems like a wise choice to keep it on there. The blade is sharp, but not something where it's going to cut you. The blade itself is pretty hefty. The hatchet feels really good in the hand. You can get a really good grip on it. It's got a nice little curve here to catch your hand from, so it doesn't slip out as easy. The handle itself feels like a polymer or a plastic, and the handle is actually rubberized and textured. If you can look there. Kind of textured and rubberized, so it fits really good in the hand. Now I've got some pretty big hands, and it's got a decent grip to it. I think that it's about a reasonable size, so people with different size hands would be able to grip it pretty well. The blade seems pretty decent. Just using it once on a tree, you can see that it's kind of scratched up on the side and kind of marred up a little bit with the tree. From the tree, but the blade isn't damaged at all, and it does still come to a pretty decent edge. Once again, this is factory, not a very expensive hatchet, so it's not going to be of the highest quality. But once again, I expected that, so I'm not dissing on this. I'm not going after it. I'm not saying that it's a bad product. I'm just saying it's not the highest quality product. So what I decided to do is I did take this and I did try to chop that same limb that I used the large knife on, the buck knife that I am giving away in the contest, by the way. Go ahead and subscribe so we can get that contest going. So I went ahead and I chopped the limb, and as you can see, it actually did a pretty decent job. It took the angle I was swinging the axe with for the camera. It was a little difficult to get it at first, but once I got the hang of the angle, it actually did pretty decent. It wasn't that bad. And it did bite into the tree. You could see it actually pulling off some pretty good chunks of it. And I did get it mostly through it. I could have actually easily chopped that off. I plan to use that limb for something else later, which you'll see later in the video. But it did do decent. This next part was kind of more of a joke for me. I was trying to process wood. Axes aren't really made for processing wood. I mean, the bone axe that is in the meat processing or the game processing set, that probably would, but this is just not sharp enough to process wood. It was more of a joke, and it really didn't. I have a Mora that I actually kind of pull out and show you that it'll process wood a little bit better than an axe. And then, of course, I move along to the Fire Strike. Now, not what an axe is for, I know. And it was more of a joke to show that, hey, you can't use it for the Fire Strike. This is really a tool that's specifically for chopping, processing limbs off, cutting through maybe some larger limbs. You're not going to use this for any of those other items. This is something that if you have room in your pack, you want to carry one. The professionals would use like larger knives to just chop through, and they would use it to process the wood as well. But anyway, in the end, I ended up testing out the bone saw in this as well, and you can see me using that to chop off the rest of that limb, and it did process the limb off faster than any of the other stuff. You can see I cut right through it. However, this axe did perform the way I expected. You can see that the head didn't slip at all. That's the way it looked when I got it. It's on there very decent. It's not moving. You can see it is plastic right here. There's a little nick where I hit something with it. You know, it's a pretty decent handle, pretty solid axe. Overall, I'd say it's not bad. Definitely worth what I paid for it. And, you know, it doesn't really come with a sheath, but it kind of does when you look at that. Anyway, what do you think? Have you tried a hand axe like this from Black Legion? Would you get one? Go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.